More and more of us are living to a ripe old age, but how many spend our twilight years in good health? Dr. Dawn Harper, star of Channel 4's Embarrassing Bodies, claims there is an important distinction between simply living longer and living healthily for longer. She explains, "A year ago I was at GP meeting where we were discussing the fact that we are all living longer. When one of my colleagues commented that she didn't think we were living longer, she thought we were just taking longer to die." Her comments played on my mind and I found myself thinking more and more about the, sometimes cavernous, gap between longevity and healthy longevity. I have far too many patients reaching an old age but living their last years, and sometimes decades, in ill health with a poor quality of life. Dr. Harper, 55, started researching the factors that influence healthy longevity, interviewing active, independent centenarians across Europe to determine what they thought were the secrets to a long and healthy life. The result is her latest book, Live Well to 101, which is full of practical tips that are achievable and sustainable. Here, Dr. Harper shares her top 10 favorites exclusively with female. 1. If you are offered a screening test on the NHS, take it. The NHS is not flush for cash, so if it offers you a test for free, there must be good evidence that it is worth it. Whether it is a health check, a smear of a mammogram, these are tests that take just a few minutes of your time and could save your life. 2. Know your family history. We can't, as yet, change our genetics, but most diseases are not purely genetically inherited, so knowing what nature may have dealt you, allows you to look at the other things you can do in terms of your lifestyle to counter any predisposition to things like cancers, osteoporosis, heart disease and type 2 diabetes. 3. Measure your waist. Increasingly doctors are using waist circumference as a measure of risk of conditions such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes. A woman with a waist of greater than 32 inches and a man with a waist over 37 inches is at increased risk. And if those figures are 35 and 40 inches, the risk is very high. If that's you, changing your lifestyle to tackle your weight could make all the difference to your future. 4. Be breast aware. There is probably nothing that gets a woman through my surgery door quicker than a newfound breast lump, but it's not just lumps you need to be aware of. Get into the habit of looking at your breasts for any changes to the size or shape, any changes to the skin, dimpling or tethering, or any nipple discharge. Any of these signs should be reported to your GP. It's your job to know what is normal for you, and it is our job to get you a quick diagnosis and treatment. Early diagnosis makes a huge difference to prognosis. 5. Download the Active 10 app and use it. All the healthy centenarians I interviewed had been active all their lives. Sadly, today in Britain 40% of adults don't walk briskly for 10 consecutive minutes in a month. The flip side is that if you walk briskly for 10 consecutive minutes each day, you reduce the risk of premature death by 15% and the risk of developing heart disease and type 2 diabetes by 40%. That's a pretty small investment for a huge investment in my mind. The app will help you achieve that target. 6. Learn to delegate and accept offers of help. I can barely do a surgery these days without seeing someone suffering with stress. We all react differently to stress, but it can affect us both emotionally and physically. We react to stress with an adrenaline surge. This stress can come in the form of deadlines, relationship problems, juggling home and work, and chronic stress isn't good for us. I spend a lot of my time talking to patients about they can reduce their stress. Start by writing down everything that causes you stress. There will be some things you can do nothing about, but there will be plenty of others you can. Delegating some of your workload and accepting offers of help will take the pressure off. 7. Invest in smaller plates and glasses and never eat standing up. Obesity is a massive cause of ill health in later life. The problem is that in the Western world, food, and often the wrong sort of food, is readily available and we have got used to overeating. Putting all your food on a smaller plate will make it feel like the bigger meal and you will train yourself to want less food. And if you only eat when sitting down, you will naturally avoid all those extra snacks that you don't really need but that can significantly ramp up your daily calorie intake. 8. Stay in touch with family and friends. We are all living increasingly busy lives and it is so easy to lose contact with those that mean a lot to us. Every single one of the centenarians I met whilst writing Live Well to 101 had maintained a good social network, and there is plenty of evidence that those of us who maintain social contact are more likely to live a longer and more healthy life. So by staying in touch, you are not only improving your quality of life today, you are also investing in your future. 9. Do something to make you smile each day. It doesn't matter what it is, but a positive outlook really will help you live longer and better. In one study that I found while researching the book, scientists had looked at old team photos from 1910. They then went on to look at how long each of those photographed had lived. The people smiling in their team photos had lived significantly longer than those looking unhappy. 10. Eat more vegetables. Only 1 in 4 British adults eat the recommended 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a day, and that is undoubtedly contributing to ill health in later life. The more I researched this book, the more I am convinced of the benefits of plant-based eating. Try to think of your vegetables as the main part of your meal and the protein as the side dish. Live Well to 101 is published by Headline Home, priced £18.99.
Where the freaks at?